Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we are back with another edition. I Hear a Symphony. This was written by Holland Dozier Holland, written, produced, arranged, sung by the Supremes in 1965. This is one of my favorite Supreme songs, probably of all time. Like if I had to pick that one song out of the Supremes catalog, I think I Hear a Symphony would be the main pick. The vocals, the backing track, everything about it just is very sentimental to me in some regards. I remember listening to it as a kid and just being mesmerized by the the words and what was coming out of the speaker. Of course, I wasn't in that era. Of course, I came very maybe 30 something years later, but nonetheless, still a great song, a song I play all the time. The Supremes did a lovely version. I love their version. Diana really honed in on really delivering a spectacular performance. The Supremes did their thing on there. I thought they did a pretty good job. I'm trying to figure out that might be the Supreme singing background, or it could be the Dantes. Either way, it's a pretty good performance. I think it's really it's one of those songs like you cherish, and one of those songs like will never get old. Really a favorite. So within saying that, there were a few covers. The second cover came in that same exact year, 1965. These guys had came, from Ohio. They had a couple of big hits, but they went to Motown and they got some of that Motown magic. This Old Heart of Mine, I Guess I'll Always Love You. We're talking about none other than the Isley Brothers. Yes, they did a version that came out in 65. This version is pretty good. I think Ronald does a good job like making it like his own rendition. It's not as infectious as the Supremes version, but it's the male version. It's really it's a good version. I wouldn't sleep on it. I would definitely check it out if you haven't. The Isley Brothers really gave it their all. It was released their version was the B-side to I Guess I Always Love You, uh, which is interesting to say the least. Uh, Supremes had the album I Hear Symphony, so that's interesting how that works out. Uh, Isley Brothers definitely did their thing. Backing track, Funk Brothers as always. This is more of like a steady. It's not no build up or anything. It's just a steady um, a steady tempo. It doesn't go as hard as the Supremes version. Recipes to Rudolph and O'Kelly. Now, let's get to the other version. The other version is done by Motown fellow artist extraordinaire, none other than Stevie Wonder himself. Stevie Wonder did a version. His version was recorded in 1966, July 18th. And I think this might have been for maybe Down to Earth. I think they probably switched it out for My World's Empty Without You. I could be wrong, but it kind of felt like that. However, Stevie Wonder version would stay in the vault. It wouldn't come out until like 1998 on a compilation called Ultimate Rarities Collection #1, Motown Sings Motown Treasures. Be sure to check Stevie Wonder version out. Stevie Wonder version is kind of like the Isley's backing track. I love Stevie vocals on this. He really gives it heartfelt and really owns it. He owned it, and in his own way that only Stevie can. And I wouldn't sleep on this version either. This is a great version. Definitely check this out. I'll put a playlist together and I'll put it in the comment section pin like I always do with my other videos. Check it out. So, got that version out the way. Now let's go to the last version. Okay, we're talking about a group that basically Berry Gordy told this artist that she could present them to the world, that she could basically be a vehicle for them to kind of like shine them to the world, right? Even though we know what we know. Well, we're talking none other than the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5 had a version. Their version was recorded in like 1970. This was, I believe, was recorded around the ABC album. Maybe a little into the third album, I believe. The Jackson 5 version is pretty good. I think Michael Jackson does his thing on here. I think he pulls from Diana as inspiration, but he still keeps it, you know, he still keeps it, Michael Jackson, right? Little Mike. I think this version is pretty good. It's updated. It's more of like um, a bouncy, uh, kind of like something I really would see on ABC album. Maybe this could have been considered on there, but they probably swiped it out for the young folk, possibly, right? You know how Motown was. So this version in particular did not see the light of day, okay, until 1986, years after everybody had left Motown, including Jackson 5. Everybody in the vault was just sitting in there, and they went in the vault and dug it out and put it on a compilation with a bunch of unreleased stuff, and put together a compilation called Michael Jackson Looking Back to Yesterday, which featured unreleased solo material as well as Jackson 5 material. From like 69 to like 73. So it came out in 1986. Then they put it on Soulsation compilation in 1995, which was like a 4-disc compilation album of the Jackson 5. This is a good version, like I said. Jackson 5 did a thing, Michael Jackson, singing his heart out on here and whatnot. And yeah. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to like it. Let me know what you think, what your version you think is the best. Share this everywhere. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Instagram. Share it with your neighbors. Okay? Share it with your fellow Motown enthusiasts and stuff like that. And let me know what you guys think. This has been another edition of Who Did It Better, Motown Edition. Okay? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. DJ Gary, I'm out.